Rico. Hi, ladies. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Hey.
Pretty good, pretty good. Thank you for having me, and congratulations on such a wonderful project. I'm a Karate Kid fan, so let me start with you, Courtney. This project has taken on a life on its own, connecting several generations from teenagers who probably did not know anything about the film to older generations like myself. What was your first reaction when you got invited to be a part of this? And did you imagine that it will become such a huge international phenomenon?
Uh, Not at all. I remember our first table read, watching the dynamic between Billy and Sholo, and I was just like, oh yeah, oh this is good. Like that. You read it on the page, and the script was actually I don't even think we got the script until we landed in Atlanta. So I never read it even when I auditioned. But when I saw their dynamic, I was just like, oh, this is special. This will be fun to watch. But you never know. You never know with things, and I definitely didn't think that like I would be lucky enough to land a show that would be the biggest show of the whole time. I don't know. So
It is.
I would be lucky enough to be in a show of this caliber. So yes, my mind is.
It's awesome. So Mary, preparing for this conversation, I started following you and some of your castmates on Instagram, and I found very interesting that the relationship between the cast and the production, it's very genuine and fun, judging by the comments on their post, which validates the chemistry that we see on screen. Can you tell me a little bit about how is this relationship with the cast and the crew on and offset?
I think we have the best cast and the best crew of any set I've ever worked on. I'm sorry, I've had some lucky experiences in my life, but this is one of a kind. I've never experienced anything like this, where literally every single wheel turns in respect to one another. Every single cog works together. It is like the craziest thing, where we all come together as these puzzle pieces and somehow have made this super cool thing. And I feel like the fact that we didn't know what we were really getting ourselves into and didn't have any idea it was going to become something like this really adds to it. Like, it felt like summer camp. Every year we'd go and we'd film our show, and then we'd be like, we'd be hanging out for several months together doing this, secret project in Atlanta, even though it wasn't so secret. But if you were in the know, you knew. But no, it's the coolest experience. I mean, on and off camera, I have the best time, in my career, and then off camera, especially over the years, we've just grown to be literally like a family. It's pretty hilarious.
Excellent.
The relationships.
Excellent. Thank you for that. So, Courtney, I have to ask you about Martin Kove, or Chris, one of the biggest villain from my childhood. I hated him all my life, and now he's back into my adult life. So you have no idea how much we at home enjoyed when you slap him. So I wonder what it's like to work with this such a great actor. Please tell me he's the sweetest guy, because he's so good at being bad.
No, he is lovely. He is hilarious. He will, if he ever calls me, which isn't often, but if he does, if Martin Kove, I get a missed call from Martin Kove, and then I check my voicemail, and it's always something like, she can slap grown men. something kind of menacing and hilarious. It was great. He was so. I feel a weird amount of adoration towards him. That sounded. But I feel very comfortable with him. I think there's just something endearing about him. So it was very nice to meet him and slap him.
Excellent, thank you. So my last question: I love the female characters in this series, directly and indirectly. They have control over all the situations on the series, although men think they have it at work, at home, in general. What can you tell me about that, and how, and if you have any input on those topics while shooting?
Oh, I love the idea of all the ladies back here being the puppet masters of the show. That's awesome. I'd like to explore that theory. But yeah, no, I mean, I obviously, like, this is, as luckily we're in a time right now where things are changing, and they're changing rapidly. But there's still so much ground to cover. And we're kind of just getting started, and we're several decades behind, obviously. Yes. But it's so cool to be on a show like this, where we get to have those conversations and tell those stories and be so open and blunt about the fact that, women get underestimated, but at the end of the day, we're the ones who end up kicking ass on this show.
Yeah.
So I think that's really awesome, you know, and not to mention the fact that, you know, getting to be a girl that I could have looked up to, you know, like I didn't expect from myself that this would ever be a role that I could kind of take on. I never would have, if somebody said, you know, like, oh, could you do martial arts? Could you do, I would have been like, nah, probably not. I'll have to have a stunt double. But this has changed my opinion, which made me realize, like, why did I even have that opinion? I wish I had been able to watch a show like this and been like, yeah, I can do that too. I absolutely. And hopefully that's the message that's getting spread, is that, you know, male, female, any other gender, it does not matter. It's about, you know, what you put your mind to and what you can accomplish.
So, well, thank you very much. My time is up. And again, it's a fascinating series. I love, you bring so many memories back. So again, congratulations and stay safe and healthy wherever you are. Thank you very much.